Okay guys, so I have a question, and it's finally time to get the answer to that question. And that is, did I grow enough sweet potatoes for a pie? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Shamira Benson, one part of Team Benson, and I am a small space desert gardener in Phoenix, Arizona, in the city. So city, small space desert gardener. And I found out that last summer, I found this out, that I could grow sweet potatoes in the middle of the summer. And if you guys don't know, our summers get to about 118, 120 degrees. So super, super hot. And you can grow sweet potatoes and they don't even need shade cloth. They just grow. So I got one sweet potato plant, not knowing what it would do. I just wanted to try it out. And it grew into something beautiful, if you guys have been following my channel. It trailed into 3 pots, which then got destroyed when I got my house painted per my HOA. So I'm gonna dig them up because we're very close to Thanksgiving and I wanted to make a pie for Thanksgiving, and I'm gonna see if I can do that. So let's go find out. Alright guys, but before we get started, I just want to tell you guys about Vego Garden Beds, who are the sponsor for our garden tours, but they have a Black Friday special where you can get up to 60% off, plus you can get different add-ons for free when you order different amounts. So I'm going to leave a link down below for you guys to check out Vego Garden Beds. If you haven't seen a Vego Garden Bed before, let me show you mine. So here is their kids garden bed. It is currently growing my beans and some potatoes. And here is their cascading garden bed, which is currently growing some herbs and some leeks, more herbs, carrots, and celery. So guys, I currently love mine. I think that they're growing really well in my garden and they fit in a small space and can hold a lot of dirt so that then I can grow those big, nice root crops like potatoes and carrots. So now's a great time to get one. I will leave a link down below, and thank you Vego Garden Beds for sponsoring my fall garden. Okay, so currently my sweet potatoes are located just right here in the middle of my garden because I'm still putting my garden back together from when it was moved around to get it painted. So it used to be 3. This one got ripped out of the ground, which did not have any sweet potatoes on it because it was just now starting to root in the 3rd pot. But what I want to do is, I'm thinking, if anything, there's going to be sweet potatoes in that one because that's where the original slip came from. But let's go ahead, cut back all of these leaves so that then we can get down in here and see if we got any sweet potatoes. Okay guys, so I know that these leaves are edible, but these were sprayed a lot by the paint. They were like, they got moved out of their original spot to right underneath, I guess, where he was painting at, and they got sprayed a lot. So although it says that it's not toxic, I don't want to try it and I don't want to eat it, so I'm just going to throw these away. But let's start to cut these back and dig in here and see what we got. Guys, I just jumped like so hardcore because this thing is full of worms, like full of worms. It's funny, even though I've been a gardener for like going on like 6 years now, like sometimes when you just have your hands in something and you see something wiggle, it scares you. Let me show you how many worms are just in here. I think that I'm going to put some of these worms in the rest of my garden to kind of rebuild that population back up. So guys, this is just on the surface. Like, I was starting to dig around and they're trying to run back away, but this thing is like full of worms right here on the surface. That probably means that there's not enough food down in here for them, but that also probably means that this thing is full of worm castings. So I'm gonna grab a big pot that I can kind of put these into so that then I can use those around my garden and other places. Okay guys, so far I'm not having any luck, but there is a really big deep root down here. So I don't know if maybe that's a sweet potato or what, but we're gonna keep digging and seeing what we can find. This is the pot that I think is least likely to give me sweet potatoes. It's that one I have high hopes for. Okay guys, zero patience on my part, so I just dumped it over. And yeah, this thing is like a massive root ball, but still no sweet potatoes. Let's keep trying. Okay, so the first pot is a bust, but look at these big old roots, guys. This thing, I think that if I had have given it more time or like even just planted it earlier, I probably could have got a lot. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put all these roots back in here, and I am going to let some of those worms eat these roots. And then I'm gonna plant something on top of it, but that'll get some of the worms some more food. And I'm just gonna break them apart so that then they don't kind of grow more. But yeah, we're gonna use it as food and make compost. Okay guys, so I am bummed that I didn't get ones in the first one, but I saved the one that's highly likely, or more likely to last, because then I wouldn't, you know, gives me something to look forward to. But I did plant these pretty late. So these got started maybe like 2 months after people would normally plant sweet potatoes. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I only want like 2 sweet potatoes. That would be enough for a pie, but yeah, we'll just put all our hopes in this one little bucket. At least it did create a lot of worm castings, guys. Like that whole bottom part of that thing was full of worm castings. So yeah, compost in your pots. I don't know what that was that just flew behind me. Okay guys, so I was super excited when I started to see this big giant root ball, because I was like, oh, this is going to be something. Now I did not start this slip myself. I purchased it from a farmer's market that didn't really know if they were ornamental or if they were actual sweet potatoes. And guys, I think that was an ornamental one. Either that or I just didn't grow sweet potatoes. Well, that was that. You know guys, I could have just not showed you guys this and then just lied and been like, oh, I grew some sweet potatoes and made a pie from sweet potatoes from the store. But I think it's important to show my wins as well as show my losses. So I hope that you guys are having fun in your garden. I hope that you plant something new. I do know now that I can plant sweet potatoes. So this year, you guys better bet that this summer I am going to start my own sweet potato starts, so that I know that they're sweet potatoes, and then I'm gonna plant them, and hopefully I will grow a ton of sweet potatoes. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that to see if I'm successful at it. But until next time, grow yourselves a garden, because even a small space can provide you tons of food, or ornamental sweet potatoes. Bye guys.